Hello and welcome to Good Clean Gaming. I'm your host Shalindo, and today we're going over the Gaussian technology tree. And it's going to be another one of those spreadsheety things. Somebody made a suggestion that I splice in some like in-game graphics and animation and things like that, and real gameplay to show off what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. Takes a lot of time to edit, and so when I thought it over, and with all the other videos I have coming out, I would rather get these numbers to you guys faster and have it be in spreadsheet form than make something pretty and have it arrive a lot later than when you might need it. People need the numbers right after release, so I just have to churn it out as quickly as I can. Hopefully in the future I can actually include some, I don't know, gameplay in these videos. But here's the spreadsheet. We got the Gaussian tech tree starting out level 1. At level 1 you have the sand skimmer fabrication, so you can make sand skimmers as the equivalent of the light attack or light assault vehicle. I can't remember which one it is. But anyway, that version, you can make that. It's basically the first thing you need to make before you can unlock all kinds of stuff. Then you have fleet capacity. A difference between Gaussian and Coalition is that Coalition you have to throw out those little beacons to increase your fleet capacity, and they also double as sensors. With Gaussian, you have to research your fleet capacity. It goes up by 20 with each research. So downside, you don't get sensors that you can throw out everywhere that also double as logistics. But upside, no one can take away your fleet capacity. So it actually is, I think it's kind of an advantage that no one can go around blowing up your beacons and ruining your fleet capacity, and then all of a sudden, crippling you, making it where you can't produce anything. So Gaussian, I think, have the edge on that technology. Power Reserve 1 is the same thing as the Coalition, adds 5 power to the carrier, and as you get more power, you can use that carrier more flexibly by increasing the power to different systems and making it do other stuff. Here's another one that's different. In Coalition, your support cruisers are automatically able to accept salvager resources. But in Gaussian, on the Gaussian tech tree, you have to first research refinery mode so that your production cruiser can start accepting resources. So it's a little bit of a gated entry to getting resources collected for the Gaussian. And of course you can see on here you got the descriptions, you got the type, engineering versus upgrade. You can always remember you can upgrade an engineering and an upgrade at the same time. So you can you can basically research 2 things at once, as long as they're different types. There is resource units, or excuse me, research units and construction units. I believe I have these backwards. Let me make sure that that's right, because I feel like I have those backwards. Yep, those are supposed to be... I totally have those backwards on the original sheet, too. Oh, I can't believe I didn't catch that. But yeah, construction units are always the orange. Research units are always the blue. So, yeah, just, remember that one. And then time and seconds that it takes to construct. So let's move on. We don't need to dwell on this. We've seen the other tech trees, so we know what to expect with all that kind of stuff. Level 2. Once you unlock that sand skimmer thing, you'll be able, in fact, let's start over here. Once you unlock the sand skimmer fabrication, that unlocks the ability to research the missile ship, the railgun, the assault ship, and 2 upgrades for the sand skimmer. Fleet capacity 45 unlocks fleet capacity 65, and power reserve 1 unlocks power reserve 2. Moving on. Missile ship fabrication, you can make a missile ship. Railgun fabrication allows you to make the railgun and the heavy railgun. So they have 2 railguns in the Gaussian side. There's an assault railgun, and then there's a heavy railgun, and they function slightly differently. Hopefully I'll be able to get over onto that in the Gaussian units video. And then the assault ship fabrication, you can make an assault ship, and yeah, it's an assault ship. It's basically the armored assault of the Coalition. Same kind of ship. This one has less armor, but it has more health. And based on my calculations, I think I've cracked the armor and rate of fire numbers and calculations and everything, I think. But based on what I'm seeing in those numbers, it seems like this one, even though it has less armor, the extra health actually makes it slightly more survivable. So more on that later as well. I haven't actually been able to test out to see if one-on-one who wins. So it also would depend on the damage done. Anyway, I'm getting in the weeds here. Then we have the sand skimmer stuff that sand skimmer upgrades. One increases the speed of the sand skimmer by 33%. The other one increases armor by 2 on sand skimmer. Then fleet capacity we already talked about. We know what that is. Moving on to level 3. In level 3, by the way, the level 2 techs unlock these. When you unlock the missile ship, you get 2 upgrades for the missile ship. When you unlock the railgun and heavy railgun, you get several upgrades. Railgun armor, heavy railgun upgrades, assault railgun upgrades. I did notice when doing this tech tree that it would take a lot more money or a lot more resources and a lot more time to fully research the Gaussian tech tree versus the Coalition tech tree. It's not even, well, I guess it's remotely close, but it's like 33% more or something like that. Some you know, pretty relatively big number. So one thing I would suggest with Gaussian is know the tech tree and know the kind of army you're going to build and focus on that. And don't research anything that you're not sure you're going to use or not pretty certain you're going to use effectively and frequently. So if you're not going to use the, for example, you're not going to use the assault ship, which you know you're going to use the assault ship. If you're not going to use the missile ship, then don't research the missile ship. That's it. Or if you're not going to use the sand skimmer much, you don't need to upgrade their upgrades here. Just ignore them. Okay, so railgun unlocks those. Oh yeah, honor guard cruiser. That's kind of stuck in there. It's almost like a sore thumb. I'm not sure why the cruiser gets unlocked when you unlock the railgun. I would expect it to be under the assault ship fabrication line, but whatevs. And then we can move on to the assault ship fabrication. So when you make this assault ship, it's going to be basically the core of your, likely going to be the core of your, or the bulk of your army. And so good to unlock that. And then it also unlocks the interceptor, the siege cruiser, and armor unit defenses, which I believe increase armor for both it and the assault ship and the railguns. And the sand skimmer rating unlocks more damage for the sand skimmer as the next technology. The armor level 1 lets you get armor number 2, and then fleet capacity and power reserve unlock the higher level versions of those. Did I skip anything over here? No, I didn't. Okay, just making sure. I feel like I'm missing like one research somewhere, but probably not. Let me make this a little smaller after I go through the descriptions. So these upgrades, there's a lot of upgrades on the Gaussian side, a lot of unit-specific upgrades. Missile ship direct fire barrage gives you the ability to efficiently destroy grouped ground targets, 50% cooldown decrease on direct fire barrage ability. Then we got radar guided missiles, does what it says, improved accuracy and range against enemy air targets, so makes it better anti-air. Then we got the assault railgun dart maneuver. I have no idea what this is. I should have read through the abilities, but did not, and so yeah, no idea. Gonna have to figure that one out. Railgun, more armor. That's pretty much it. Range calibration for this one is if you use the ability, I believe it's actually a active ability. Once you use it, your weapon and your sight range are increased by 33%, but you slow down a lot. So you slow down to 1/3 speed for an extra 1/3 damage and range, basically. EMP rounds, it does a stunning effect, I think. So you hit like a group of enemies, they get stunned for a period of time. That one just unlocks the honor guard cruiser. This one unlocks interceptors, and then siege cruiser unlocks siege cruiser. And the rest of these are pretty much what they say. The ones that say defense, add defense. The ones that say offense or damage, increase damage. So assault ship and missile ship get increased by the armor unit defenses, not the railgun like I thought it was. And then the fleet capacity is 20 each time, 5 more armor, 5 more power for the carrier. Let's make this column smaller so it actually fits on the screen. Next. Whew, this tech tree is messy. Once we get to this point, most of these things end because they're upgrades. But we have obviously some that continue. Railgun armor 1 goes to armor 2. Honor guard cruiser fabrication allows you to unlock the upgrade the defense systems, which gives the honor guard cruiser anti-air, and it also gives it a close-in weapon system. So it basically gives additional weapon systems to the honor guard cruiser. With the Interceptor, we got the Interceptor Afterburner, which makes their speed permanently faster by 60%. They are really fast. They're lightning fast when you get this upgrade. And then the Precision Bomber, just get the bomber version for the Gaussian. Siege Cruiser, 2 upgrades. Range upgrade for all weapons, EMP Shell, and that's the stunning a group of enemies one from earlier that we saw in another unit. Then we have more defenses is 2 more armor, more damage is 2 more damage. Fleet capacity and power reserve is what it says it is, 20 and 5. Railgun armor level 2 unlocks level 3. Precision bomber fabrication unlocks aircraft recharge upgrade, so it allows them to recharge faster and all your aircraft get to launch more frequently. So if you're big on aircraft, you want to go through this whole line. Armor unit defenses unlocks another level armor unit defenses, and then fleet capacity and power reserve unlock fleet capacity and power reserve, and one other unlocking power reserve 4 gives you access to research carrier missile barrage. This is sort of like the Gaussian version of the coalition nuke, but instead of being a single target that just destroys, just blows up one unit or one area, this one actually hits a bunch of different areas, a bunch of little missiles. So if you launch it on like a resource, a resource collection area, it just blows up everything around. And it's a pretty big circle. So you spread the damage a little further around, it seems like to me. I've only gotten to use the nuke once, so I'm not sure exactly how well that damage is spread or if it just focuses on one unit. So comment below, let me know. It may be a while before I get to actually use that thing again. It's very deep in the tech tree after all. So yeah, no level 6 for Gaussian. And so the one thing that hits me about this is that, well, first thing, obviously, no level 6, no nukes. That's kind of a downer because I really like the nukes. And a lot of unit-based researches. And that's important because if you're not going to use a unit, don't research the upgrades for the unit. I know it's kind of obvious, but you need to save all the time and resources you can because there's so many branches to this tech tree compared to the coalition, it seems like, that you're going to run out of time or resources, one or the other, trying to research everything. So focus in on the things you're interested in and you should be golden. So it's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode, trying to keep these spreadsheet ones a little quick because I know not everybody likes to stare at spreadsheets and numbers. I kind of do, but not for everybody. So hopefully this was a little shorter, a little easier to digest. And in the next episode, we're going to be going over the Gaussian units. And then after that, I've got some analysis that I've done on rate of fire, armor, calculations, and also comparing all the different units. I should be able to, now that I have I can calculate DPS, I can calculate damage mitigation. I should be able to basically, by the numbers, match up all the units in the game and compare who would win in a purely auto attack, in range, no running around kind of fight. Like put 2 units in the ring, force them to just auto attack back and forth without any abilities, and see who would win. I should be able to just calculate that at this point. So that'll be coming in the near future. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, it may all be spreadsheet based. But it's so much easier to do it here. There's no really useful testing environment in the game. The best I have is a skirmish, and the skirmishes, you can't really tell the AI, stop shooting me now, please. I'm trying to measure the numbers. They won't listen. So feel free to click that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, keep it clean.